Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 29, Text 31. Shri Gopya Uchu My Vambiborati Pavan Gaditam Naresamsam Santyajya Sarva Vishayam Stavapada Bhakta Bhajasva Duravagraha Ma Chajasman Devo Yatadi Purusho Bhajate Mamokshan. Translation. The beautiful Gopis said, O all-powerful one, you should not speak in this cruel way. Do not reject us who have renounced all material enjoyment to render devotional service to your lotus feet. Reciprocate with us, O stubborn one, just as the primeval Lord Sri Narayan reciprocates with his devotees in their endeavors for liberation. So the gopis are responding to Lord Krishna because Lord Krishna had told them, or he had inquired from them, what were they doing coming into the forest in the night? And he told them there's dangers, and your family will not think it proper. And there's so many reasons Lord Krishna gave them, telling them that maybe they should go home. But Lord Krishna's words could be understood in other ways also. Anyway, the gopis are responding to Lord Krishna in this way. All right, someone can read text 32.
Hare Krishna. Yat pati apatya suritam anuvritti anga strinam swadharma iti dharma vida tya uttama astu evametad upadesh pade tvai ishe preshta bhavan tanu bhritam kil bandhu atmaha. Translation. Our dear Krishna, as an expert in religion, you have advised us that the proper religious duty for women is to faithfully serve their husbands, children, and other relatives. We agree that this principle is valid, but actually, this service should be rendered to you. After all, O Lord, you are the dearmost friend of all embodied souls. You are their most intimate relative and indeed their very self. Purport. Sri Krishna is the soul of all souls, their dearmost friend and well-wisher, as stated in 11th canto of Bhagavatam 11.5.41. Deva Rishi Bhutva Nrinam Pitranam Na Kinkaro Naya Mrinicha Rajan Swarva Atmanaya Sharanam Sharanayam Gato Mukundam Parihatya Kartam. O King, one who has given up all material duties and has taken full shelter of the lotus feet of Mukunda, who offers shelter to all, is not indebted to the demigods, great sages, ordinary living beings, relatives, friends, mankind, or even one's forefathers who have passed away. Since all such classes of living entity are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, one who has surrendered to the Lord's service has no need to serve such persons separately. Authority descends from the author of all existence, the Supreme Lord. Natural figures of authority such as husband, mothers, government leaders, and sages gain their power and authority from the Supreme Lord and should thus represent the absolute truth to those who follow them. If one wholeheartedly engages in loving service to the original supreme truth, one need not indirectly serve the absolute truth through the above mentioned secondary authorities. Even a soul surrendered to God, however, continues to serve the spiritual master, who is a direct, not an indirect representative of the Supreme Lord. A bona fide acharya, a spiritual master, is the transparent medium leading the disciple to the lotus feet of Krishna. All indirect authorities become obsolete when one is directly in touch with the absolute truth. The gopis wanted to explain this basic point to Krishna, and some of the bolder young girls among them attempted to defeat Sri Krishna with his own statements, as exemplified in this verse. Hare Krishna.
All right, thank you. Yes. So, very important principle being explained here by the gopis and supported with this verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 11th canto, that one who has taken shelter of Lord Krishna, who's taken shelter, who's surrendered to the Supreme Lord, then he's freed from all kinds of debts or obligations, material duties, because he's taken shelter of the Supreme Lord. So he doesn't have to worry about all of these other things. The family, and with the family, they expect you to get married and have children. And the great sages, they expect you to study the scriptures. Demigods, they expect us to worship them. So we have so many in the material world. There's these different debts and obligations which we have to the forefathers and so on. But when we surrender to the Supreme Lord, then you're not obliged to do these things. There's no need to serve the lesser personalities if we've dedicated ourselves to the service of the Supreme. So the example is given that you water the plant, you pour the water on the root, and all the leaves and branches are nourished. Or you feed the stomach, and by feeding the stomach, all the parts of the body get energy. So in the same way, when we give ourselves to the service of the Supreme Lord, then everything else is taken care of. Because by serving the Supreme Lord, the needs and everything is taken care of, because we're doing service to the Supreme Lord. So we're no longer obliged to serve these different things like family, society, sages, and demigods. We're no longer required to do that, because we've given up everything for the service of the Supreme Lord. And by serving the Supreme Lord, we're not neglecting other people, but they will be satisfied, because we're giving service to the Supreme Lord. He's the root of everything. So everyone will be taken care of by satisfying the Supreme Lord. This is the principle which the gopis are explaining to Krishna. They're telling Krishna that you yourself, you're the most intimate relative. You're the soul of all souls. So by serving you, everyone will be taken care of. Because the Lord Krishna had been telling the gopis, oh, you're neglecting your family, you haven't paid your debt yet to the great sages and the demigods, different things. But the gopis are saying, because we've surrendered to you, we don't have to do these things. All right? Any question on this?
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj, in the last paragraph, there is about the Guru.
Yeah.
So we should serve the Guru.
Well,
Keep serving.
Service to the Guru is the same as serving the Lord.
Okay.
But the Guru should, the bona fide Guru is a representative of the Lord. Whatever you offer to the Guru, it's not for him, but he will offer it to the Lord through the parampara. You know, we offer to the Guru, a Guru will offer to his Guru, and then his Guru will offer to his Guru, and everything will ultimately go to the Supreme Lord. So by serving the Guru, it's non-different from serving the Supreme Lord. As Prabhupada said here, the spiritual master is a direct representative of the Supreme Lord. So you offer to the Guru, it's the same as offering to the Lord. He has to, of course, Guru has to be transparent. Right? He doesn't take anything. He's no self-interest. His interest is simply to give everything to the Lord. In this way, the Guru brings the disciple also to Krishna. Yes?
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Any other question then? Then can go on. Text 33.
Hare Krishna. Kurvanti hi tvayiratim kushalasva atmana nitya priyapati shuddha vir arati dekim tanna prasiddha parameshwara masmas chindaya ashmam drittam tvayi chirad arvindan netra.
Yes, translation.
Expert transcendentals always direct their affection toward you because they recognize you as their true self and eternal beloved. What use do we have for these husbands, children, and relatives of ours who simply give us trouble? Therefore, O Supreme Controller, grant us your mercy. O Lotus-eyed One, please do not cut down our long cherished hope to have your association.
Okay. Yes, text 34.
Chittam sukhena bhavata paharatam greshu yannirvisti uta karo api griha karte ado padam na chala tashtva padamilad yama katham rajam atho karvama kimva.
Yeah.
Until today, our minds were absorbed in household affairs, but you easily stole both our mind and our hands away from our housework. Now our feet won't move one step from your lotus feet. How can we go back to Braj? What would we do there? Sri Krishna had blown into his flute, and the intoxicating music that had come out of its holes had stolen the minds of the young Gopis girls. Now they had come to see Krishna to demand back their stolen property, but they could regain their minds only if Sri Krishna accepted them and engaged with them in conjugal affairs. Sri Krishna might have replied, "But my dear Gopis, just go home for now. Let me consider the situation for a day or two, and then I will give you back your minds." In reply to this possible argument, the Gopis state, "Our feet refuse to move even one step. So please give us back our minds and accept us, and then we will go."
Okay, very interesting. Krishna is the supreme thief, right? It's not only much chore, but he stole the minds of the gopis. You stole our minds and our hands. You stole the gopis' hands away from housework. So in this way, Lord Krishna is being condemned by the gopis, and they're telling Krishna, how can we go back to Braja? What would we do there? Okay, we'll go ahead. Text 35.
Tinchangachanastvad adharam pritha purakena asavaloka kalagita jarich chayanim no chedvayam verah ya haya jagni upayukta deha Dhyane nayama padayo padavim sakete. Dear Krishna, please pour the nectar of your lips upon the fire within our hearts, a fire you ignited with your smiling glances and the sweet song of your flute. If you do not, we will consign our bodies to the fire of separation from you, O friend, and thus, like yogis, attain to the abode of your lotus feet by meditation.
Text 36. Yaryambujaksha tavapada talam ramaya tatashanam kvachit aranyajana priyashya asprakshmatat prabriti nanya samaksham manja statum stava biramita bhata parayama. O lotus-eyed one, the goddess of fortune considers it a festive occasion whenever she touches the soles of your lotus feet. You are very dear to the residents of the forest, and therefore we will also touch those lotus feet. From that time on, we will be unable even to stand in the presence of any other man, for we will have been fully satisfied by you. Gopis are declaring their absolute love for Krishna. They cannot even think of another man. No man can stand in their presence, because they're so much absorbed in Krishna. All right, text 37, someone?
Tiryat padambo charajas chakame tulasya labdva pivaksha sipadam kilabretya justam yasya swaviksha nautanya sura prayasas tadvat Vayam cha tava padaraja prapannaha. Goddess Lakshmi, whose glance is sought after by the demigods with great endeavor, has achieved the unique position of always remaining on the chest of her Lord, Narayan. Still, she desires the dust of his lotus feet, even though she has to share that dust with Tulsi Devi, and indeed with the Lord's many other servants. Similarly, we have approached the dust of your lotus feet for shelter. The Gopis here point out that the dust of the Lord's feet is so ecstatic and enlivening that the goddess of fortune wants to abandon her unique position on his chest to share with many other devotees a position at his feet. Thus, the Gopis urge Lord Krishna not to be guilty of a double standard. Since the Lord gave the goddess of fortune a place on his chest and also allowed her to seek the dust of his lotus feet, Krishna should certainly give the same opportunity to his most loving devotees, the Gopis. After all, the Gopis plead, seeking the dust of your lotus feet is perfectly justified, and you should encourage us in this endeavor and not try to send us away.
No purport. So double standard. The dust of the lotus feet of the Lord. Everyone wants to get that. So the goddess of fortune, she's ready to give up her position on the chest to take a position at the Lord's lotus feet. But she has to share that position with many other devotees. So the gopis are telling Krishna, you've made a double standard. You give the goddess of fortune a place on his chest, and you also allow her to get the dust from your feet. So Krishna should give that same opportunity to the gopis. And the gopis want to get the dust. That's justified. So the gopis say, you should encourage us, and you shouldn't try to send us away. And we're told also in the verse that Tulsi also, that she has to share the dust. Goddess of fortune wants to get the dust from the Lord's lotus feet, but Tulsi also is there, and many other servants. The dust of the lotus feet, right? The Pada Ambuja, Raja, Pada Ambuja Raja. Pada, something that say Pada Duli. So that's of course is very powerful. The dust from the feet of the Lord. Just imagine how powerful it must be. And so Lakshmi wants that dust. But everyone tries to get the mercy of Lakshmi. They would like to have the blessings of Lakshmi, but Lakshmi herself, she wants the dust from the Lord's feet. But she has to share that with Tulsi. So the gopis are saying, we also should get that. Gopis also want to get the dust, be there. Although they have to share that position with many other devotees. Okay, text 38.
Hare Krishna. Sorry.
Tanna prasida vrajandrana tengri mulam prapta vishaya vashatish twad upna shaha twat shundara smita nirikshana tivira kama taptama manam purusha bhushana dehi dashayam. Therefore, O one quencher of all distress, please show us mercy. To approach your lotus feet, we abandoned our families and homes, and we have no desire other than to serve you. Our hearts are burning with intense desires generated by your beautiful smiling glances. O jewel among men, please make us your maidservants. When Sri Krishna was born, the sage Garg predicted that he would manifest all the opulences of the Supreme Lord Narayana. The Gopis now appeal to the Lord to fulfill his prediction by being merciful and granting them direct service, just as Lord Narayana awards direct service to his loving devotees. The Gopis emphasizes that they did not give up their families and homes with the hope of securing a higher pleasure from the Krishna. They are simply begging for service, revealing their pure-hearted devotion. The Gopis think if in the course of your pursuing your happiness, we somehow or other become happy by seeing your face, what is the harm in that? Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti comments on the words Purusha Bhushan, O jewel among men. The Thakur states that the Gopis meant to say, O jewel of all males, please decorate our golden bodies with the dark blue gems of your limbs. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Very nice. Let's see. So the gopis are praying to Krishna in this way. Vanquisher of all distress, please show us mercy. So they're appealing to Lord Krishna. You can see that they're in distress. He said, we have abandoned our families and homes, but our only desire is to serve you. Our hearts are burning with desires generated by your beautiful smiling glances. So the gopis are just so captivated by the beauty of Lord Krishna. And they pray to Krishna, please make us your maidservants. So this is the mood of the pure devotees. They want devotional service. So in the purport we hear about Gargacharya. He was called to the home of Nanda Maharaj when Lord Krishna and Lord Balaram had appeared there. And Vasudeva had actually arranged for Gargacharya to go there to do the name-giving ceremony for the two lords. And at that, Krishna and Balaram were both there, and they had to have a name-giving ceremony. So Vasudeva asked Gargacharya to go there, and Gargacharya at that time, he predicted about Lord Krishna, how he would manifest all the opulences of Lord Narayan. He wouldn't be lacking anything. And he said, this child will have all the opulences of Lord Narayan. So the gopis they're appealing to Krishna that he should fulfill this prediction of Gargacharya. And he should be merciful, and he should let the gopis have the opportunity to serve him. We're told just that Lord Narayan gives direct service to his devotees. So Lord Krishna, he's sending the gopis away. But the gopis have come with the mood of service. They want to serve him. Lord Krishna is sending them away. So the gopis telling Krishna, we've given up our families and homes with the hope of getting service, enjoying service from Krishna. So very, very nice that the gopis begging like this. And the gopis say, if in the course of your pursuing your happiness, we somehow or other become happy by seeing your face, what is the harm in that? The gopis' happiness is in seeing Krishna happy. You see, Lord Krishna, if he becomes happy, then the gopis feel happy. Okay, text 39.
Hare Krishna. Viksha alka avrat mukham tav kundala shri Gandasthala adhara sudhamam hasti avalokam datta abhayam cha bhujdandam yugam vilokaya vaksha shri ekaramanam cha bhavam dasyah. Translation: seeing your face encircled by curling locks of hair, your cheeks beautified by earrings, your lips full of nectar, and your smiling glance, and also seeing your two imposing arms, which take away our fear, and your chest, which is the only source of pleasure for the goddess of fortune, we must become your maid servants. Purport: Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur envisions the gopis dealing with Krishna as follows. Krishna says, you want to become my servant, so do I have to buy you with some payment, or are you giving yourself freely? The gopis reply, since the beginning of our youthful womanhood, you have been purchasing us with a payment millions and millions of times more than enough. That payment is your gem-like smiling glance, which constitutes a great treasure we have never heard about or seen anywhere else. When you put your golden turban on your head, your maid servant will act as your valet, pulling up your turban bit by bit until it is in just the right position. And even while you shake a chastising finger at her, trying hard to prohibit her, she will put her hand beneath your turban and take the opportunity to glance at your face. Thus, we, your maidservants, will relish with our eyes your abundant sweetness. Krishna says, your husbands will not tolerate this behavior of ours. They will complain bitterly to King Kamsa, thus producing a fearful situation for me and for you all as well. The gopis say, but Krishna, your two mighty arms makes us fearless, just as they did when you held up Govardhan Hill to protect us from the pride of Mahendra. Those arms will certainly kill that beast Kansa. But being a religious person, I cannot make other wives my maidservants. O dear crest jewel of religious personality, you may say that you refuse to make the cowherd wives your maidservants, but by force you have already taken Lakshmi ji, the wife of Narayan from Vaikunta, and are carrying her around on your chest. Out of shame, she had assumed the form of a golden lion on your chest, and she takes her only pleasure there. Besides, within all the 14 worlds and even above these worlds in Vaikuntha Lok, beyond this universe, you never reject any beautiful woman, no matter who she is or whom she belongs to. We know this quite well. Haribol.
All right, so some nice, interesting comments from our Acharya Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur describing the Gopis and how they're dealing with Lord Krishna. Of course, the Gopis are describing the beauty of Krishna, the long curling hair, cheeks beautified by earrings, lips and smiling, and his arms, his chest, everything is so attractive to the Gopis. So Vishwanath Chakravarti says, he talks about how Krishna is saying to the Gopis, do I have to buy you with some payment? Or are you coming freely? So the Gopis say, yeah, the payment is there. The payment is more than enough. And what is that payment? The payment is just the smiling glance of Lord Krishna, which we have never heard about or seen anywhere else. So this is the payment. And then the Gopis continue talking about Lord Krishna putting on his turban. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur describing this anyway. And maidservant is putting on the turban. Your maidservants will relish your sweetness, the opportunity to see the glance of Krishna's face. But Krishna responds, and he will say, oh, your husbands will not tolerate this behavior. They will complain to King Kamsa. It will be trouble for me and you as well. But the Gopis say, no. Your two arms make us fearless. Just as when you held up the Govardhan hill to protect us from Indra's pride. So the Gopis have full faith that Krishna can kill the beast Kamsa. But Krishna responds, I cannot make other wives my maidservants. But the Gopis say, oh Krishna, you've already taken Lakshmi, the wife of Lord Narayan. You're taking her and carrying her around on your chest. She's taken the form of the golden line on the chest of the Lord. And the Gopis say, you never reject any beautiful woman, no matter who she is or whom she belongs to. We know this quite well. When Krishna got a letter from Rukmini, he immediately went there to capture her, although she was supposed to be married to Shishupala. So Krishna is very, very, very eager to capture the beautiful woman. All right, will we go on? One more verse.
Yes. Kastri angate kalpadayata venugita sammohitarya charitana chale trilokyam Trailokya saupagam idam cha niriksharupam yatko dvijadrumamrika pulankani abhibran. Dear Krishna, what woman in all the three worlds wouldn't deviate from religious behavior when bewildered by the sweet drawn melody of your flute? Your beauty makes all three worlds auspicious. Indeed, even the cows, birds, trees, and deer manifest the ecstatic symptom of bodily hair standing on end when they see your beautiful form.
Yes, everyone, all living entities, they're all attracted by the beautiful form of Lord Krishna. The birds and the trees and the deer, everyone. Of course, especially the cows. Yeah, text 41, last verse.
Vyaktam bhavan raja bhayarti haro vijato devo yatade purusha suraloka gopta tanno nidehi karapankajam arta bandho tapta staneshu shirhasu chakinkarinam. Clearly, you have taken birth in this world to relieve the fear and distress of the people of Raj, just as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Primeval Lord, protects the domain of the demigods. Therefore, O friend of the distress, kindly place your lotus hand on your maidservants' heads and burning breasts.
Okay, so the gopis are praying like that to Krishna. That just as they say, just as the Supreme Lord. Of course, that is Krishna. Of course, as the Supreme Lord, then he's protecting the demigods when the demons are attacking them. So here we have the gopis praying that Krishna, you've come to take away the fear and distress of the people of Braja. The gopis pray to Krishna. Place your lotus hand on your maidservants' heads. And this is very nice, sweet prayers from the gopis. Okay, we can stop here today.
Thank you so much, Lord Gurudev.
Hare
His Holiness Bhakti Vigna Vinashneshma Maharaj ki jai.
Sure.
Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.
Jai. Jai.